High Noon is a classic American Western film released in 1952, directed by Fred Zinnemann and starring Gary Cooper and Grace Kelly. It is widely regarded as one of the greatest films in American cinema, celebrated for its storytelling, moral complexity, and unique approach to the Western genre. Plot overview. The film tells the story of Will Kane, a newly married town marshal of Hadleyville, who is about to retire and leave the town with his Quaker wife Amy. However, his plans are disrupted when he learns that Frank Miller, a notorious criminal Kane had sent to prison, is arriving on the noon train, seeking revenge. As the clock ticks toward noon, Kane seeks help from the townspeople to confront Miller and his gang. To his dismay, the townsfolk refuse to stand by him, citing fear, apathy, or selfishness. The film builds to a tense climax as Kane faces the gang alone in a desperate showdown. Cast: Gary Cooper as Marshal Will Kane, Grace Kelly as Amy Fowler Kane, Thomas Mitchell as Mayor Jonas Henderson, Katy Jurado as Helen Ramirez, Ian MacDonald as Frank Miller. Director: Fred Zinnemann. Screenplay: Carl Foreman. Music: Dimitri Tomkin composed the score. Gary Cooper initially hesitated to take the role of Will Kane, fearing it might not resonate with audiences. His iconic performance later became one of the defining roles of his career. At just 21 years old, this was Grace Kelly's first significant role in Hollywood. Although her performance was initially considered wooden, it showcased her natural poise and led to her becoming a major star. The decision to use a real-time narrative was bold for its time. Clocks are prominently featured throughout the film to emphasize the ticking countdown to noon. Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling was not only integral to the film's mood but also became a chart-topping hit, pioneering the trend of linking films with memorable theme songs. Do not forsake me, oh my darling. Director Fred Zinnemann insisted that Gary Cooper not wear makeup to portray the aging and stressed Will Kane more realistically. Close-ups reveal wrinkles and sweat, enhancing the tension. The climactic showdown sequence was filmed with a skeleton crew, intensifying the sense of Kane's isolation. Clever angles and minimal extras made the town feel deserted. Jurado was the first Latina actress to win a Golden Globe for her performance as Helen Ramirez, a progressive and complex character for her time. The scene where Kane throws down his marshal's badge is a symbolic rejection of a society that failed to stand by its own values. The film won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Actor, Gary Cooper and Best Editing. The production budget for High Noon was approximately $730,000 to $750,000, which was considered modest even for its time. The film was a massive commercial success, grossing an estimated $12 million worldwide, a substantial return on investment for the period. Positive reviews. Cooper's portrayal of Marshal Will Kane was widely lauded for its subtlety, depth, and emotional weight. His performance earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. The New York Times called Cooper magnificent, highlighting his ability to convey Kane's inner turmoil with minimal dialogue. Critics admired the real-time narrative structure, which heightened the tension as the clock ticked toward the climactic showdown. The use of clocks and editing to emphasize time created a sense of urgency that set High Noon apart from other westerns. Many reviewers praised the film for tackling themes of courage, duty, and community failure, making it more than just a typical action-packed western. The moral questions it posed about standing alone for what is right resonated deeply with audiences. Fred Zinnemann's direction and Dimitri Tomkin's Academy Award-winning score were highly praised for adding emotional depth and atmosphere. The song Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling became iconic and is credited with enhancing the film's emotional impact. Negative reviews. Wayne, a staunch conservative, criticized High Noon for what he saw as its unheroic portrayal of the townsfolk, calling it the most un-American thing I've ever seen. Howard Hawks dismissed it, saying, "A good sheriff doesn't ask for help." Hawks made Rio Bravo, 1959 as a direct response, featuring a confident sheriff who doesn't rely on others. Some reviewers felt the film's slow pacing and focus on psychological tension detracted from the traditional action-oriented Western appeal. A few questioned the believability of the townspeople's complete abandonment of Kane. Grace Kelly's performance was criticized by some as overly stiff and lacking depth compared to her co-stars. However, this criticism softened as her career blossomed. A few critics felt the film leaned too heavily on its moral and political symbolism, sacrificing some of the entertainment value typical of Westerns. Despite the initial controversies and criticisms, High Noon has earned a place as one of the most revered films in cinema history. Its influence extends far beyond the Western genre, and it continues to be analyzed and celebrated for its storytelling, performances, and themes.